Howdy guys! How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing good. I'm here with some Animal Crossing rankings, tier lists, like I've done before on this channel. I wanted to rank all of the special characters today, just something fun to do, something to pass the time. I did do this quite a while ago, before New Horizons came out. Maybe it'd be at least a year ago now, I think. Over a year ago, I should say. So there's new characters to rank. There are there's lots of new stuff to go over, and of course, with my old ratings, I feel like I was a bit harsh on some of the characters, so I kind of want to take a new look at this and, you know, see what we can do. So yeah, I'm eager to have to have another shot at this after all this time and see how it goes. So yes, I hope everyone is doing good, and let's actually get into the, I almost want to say gameplay. Can you remind us who the winner was last time? There was no winner. There was lots of people in S tier, there was lots of people in F tier. But this time it'll be different. There's going to be more people in, put it this way, I'm going to be a bit more fair with my rankings this time. Last time I was very harsh. So this time I wanna, you know, I've taken I've taken some new perspectives into making this one, so I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. So without further ado, let's do this. I don't know if these are in order. They kind of seem like they are, but then Wilbur and Orville, they're definitely not. Flick, no, these two aren't. I guess we'll try and do them like that then. Alright, let's just try and do them in order as much as we can. This guy, his name eludes me. I think it's Beppe or something like that. I'm probably wrong. He's a character who is exclusive to Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And I have to tell you, I have to be real with you guys. Even though I said... Even though I said I'm not going to be harsh with these characters here, probably one of the most forgettable characters. That being said, I kind of like his design. He's got like a kind of really long body, so I hate to put the first one in a low tier, but I think D tier for him. He's a very forgettable character. Not many people even know he exists. He doesn't have much of a purpose in the games. He's only in a spin-off, so yeah. Blanca, one of my absolute favorite Animal Crossing event hosts ever. Why is Blanca not in New Horizons? I love Blanca. I'm gonna put Blanca in the A tier. I think Blanca's a really fun character. The fact you can draw on Blanca's face in the original game is really great. They should have brought that feature back at some point. It's Giovanni, Beppe, and Carlo. Okay, good. I think I know which one is which. I think Carlo's coming up next. Right, Blathers. Guys, don't even get me started on Blathers. One of the absolute best Animal Crossing characters ever. One of the most iconic Animal Crossing characters you will ever meet. I actually really like him a lot more in New Horizons. I actually think they did a lot of good with his dialogue in New Horizons. He was a slightly bit more annoying, I feel, in Animal Crossing New Leaf. Actually, I think he's kind of improved here in New Horizons, so I really like Blathers. I think he's a really great character. He's going to be our first S tier for this video. I think he deserves it. I did actually put him in the thumbnail for a reason, alongside another character. Okay, so next we have Copper, which is one of the police dogs from the previous Animal Crossing games. He's not in New Horizons, but, you know, he's played sort of different roles. He used to play the town sort of guard in Wild World and City Folk, and then in the original game, in New Leaf, he was a police officer alongside Booker. Definitely, you know, I don't think he's the most exciting character in the game, but at the same time, he's definitely not a bad character. There's nothing particularly undesirable about him, in my opinion, and, you know, he's got a kind of cute personality. I feel like he's very forgetful. He definitely has a sort of well-defined personality, so I like that about him. I'm gonna put him in the B tier, I think. This is kind of a tough decision for me because I've kind of yeah, that one's Booker. I don't know if I called him Copper, but yeah, that one's Booker, the one I just ranked. It's been a long time since I've seen these guys, so don't be shocked if I mix up some of their names because I haven't played New Leaf in like like a year and a bit now, so it's been a while, but yeah. Already, we're going on to the big guns. You guys already know where I'm going to put Brewster, whose face is missing. I didn't actually create this tier list, by the way. This is like a community-created one on Tier Maker, so if their faces are cut off, I literally can't do anything about that. I didn't make it. Yes, very good. S tier for Brewster. A lot of people sort of have complained about Brewster lately. They say he's overhyped and he's overrated and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of that is coming from players who never met Brewster and are just kind of, you know, just saying that because they don't like hearing about him, because they don't know him. Truly, Brewster is one of the best characters in Animal Crossing. He's a character that you can increase your friendship with. He's a character who's so chill, so friendly, so nice. He has one of the best locations in the game. Calling him overrated would just be like, that's just not true at all. You know, when you call something overrated, that means it's not as good as people say. Brewster is every part as good as people say. I'll stand by that. He's my favorite special character in all of Animal Crossing. He always will be. So, unless they add a duck special character, that might take it. But, yes. Brewster, S tier. Absolutely S tier. Right, the next one we have is this guy. Again, I'm just going to put him at Carlo. I'm just going to put him in the D tier. He's not awful. I don't think he belongs in the F tier. But, you know, he's not a really great character either way. So, I'm going to have to put him in that tier. Right, the next one we have Celeste. Celeste is really cute and she's actually grown on me a lot. I actually really enjoy her role in New Horizons where she shows up for kind of the shooting stars. I think that's a really cute way. I didn't really like her observatory, which might be a controversial Animal Crossing opinion. I never really cared for it, but I really like Celeste. I love her design. She's got perhaps one of the cutest special character designs. I'm going to put her in the A tier. I really like Celeste. Chip, I think Chip is really great. He can kind of grate on you at times. I remember having him quite high in my last tier list, but I feel like now I'm not as huge on him as I was. He's still a pretty good character, but he can also be a little bit irritating, I feel. So I don't have as much love for him as I did previously. So I'm going to put him in the B tier alongside Booker. I think that's a sort of fair ranking for me. Okay. Next we have Copper. Copper is definitely worse than Booker in my opinion. Copper has a very generic personality. He's, you know, he's not like a terrible character by any means. He's actually a pretty decent character, but I don't enjoy his personality as much as I enjoy Booker's. So I'm going to put him in the C tier, which isn't a bad tier for him to be in. It's just kind of average. It's just kind of like saying, yeah, he's okay. And that's pretty much exactly how I feel about him. So yeah, definitely going in that C tier first. Cyrus, I'm conflicted about Cyrus, guys. I like Cyrus, but at the same time I get kind of like controlling boyfriend vibes from him, you know? And I don't know. But he and Reese do seem to have a pretty loving marriage, a pretty good relationship, and he's definitely really talented. So, you know what, I'm going to put him in the B tier. I don't really miss him that much, to be honest. I think he's just, he's an okay character. I didn't really use his functionality much in Animal Crossing New Leaf. Spoiler alert, my ranking for Reese is going to be different. So this one has, like, the most random... This one has literally everyone. This one has Dad. Guys, in real life... I love my dad. I miss him very much. My dad was a great person. So this is not a ranking of my real life dad. My real life dad would go in the SSS tier. But the Animal Crossing dad, wow. He never writes to you. He never ever sends letters. When he does, it's just such a rare occasion. I mean, at least he tries a little bit, but it just seems like he doesn't really care. I'm gonna put him in the D tier. I don't think he belongs in F, because we don't know enough about him, but to be honest, he's just not done enough. You know, he's just not done enough, and I just don't enjoy it. So, yeah, I can't go for it. I really can't. He could have tried better. He could have tried better is what I'm saying. Digby, Digby is kind of boring. I really like his design though. I think he's really cute. He matches well with Isabelle. Okay, so I'm gonna put him in the C tier along with Copper. I know lots of people like Digby, but I just don't think he is the greatest character in Animal Crossing. I feel like ultimately he's a bit boring. I'm not too huge on him. So next we have DJ KK. Is this just KK Slider or is there another KK Slider? Okay, so this is specifically for DJ KK, not KK Slider. KK Slider is separate. DJ KK, I honestly am not huge on. I don't like his remixes. I don't really like his style. I don't think KK Slider should have ever been a DJ, guys. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I gotta plug in my laptop. KK Slider is not like this, you know, he's like a sort of like acoustic indie type musician. He's not the type of guy who would really own a club. I mean, I like the club, but I just don't really see why KK Slider needed to be a DJ. I never liked that part of him. I'm gonna put him in the C tier just because he is still KK Slider, but the actual KK Slider is gonna go in a higher tier. Alright, next character is Don Resetti. Don Resetti. Kind of a forgettable character, but I still like him. He's the friendlier version of Resetti. I'm gonna say B tier. You know, I actually do quite like him now that I think about it. I like that he's the more chilled out version of Resetti. I like that he's quite friendly. I like that he tries to sort of rein his, you know, rein his brother in. He doesn't let his brother, like, be too sort of mean to us, which I think is appreciated. So, yeah. I'm gonna put him in that tier. Alright, next we have Farley. I like Farley. Farley is one of those characters who was only in the original Animal Crossing game, but he's so mysterious. He's not even properly an animal. He's like this weird kind of know-me guy. I really like Farley. I'm gonna say B tier for him. I know that might seem a bit strange, but I think even though he was in only one Animal Crossing game and the original, that just makes him all the more interesting and sort of magical, so he's going in there for me. Franklin. I like Franklin. I love his original kind of thing where he would run and hide from being eaten. I feel like that was a lot of fun. I'm actually gonna say A tier for Franklin. I do like Franklin, probably one of my favorites. Frillard, D tier. I'm sorry, very generic character, very forgettable character. No one really remembers Frillard, sadly. Even if you love City Folk, you wouldn't even see Frillard that much at all. You know, it's not just that he was in only one game, but it's the fact he made such a little impression in the only game he was in. So yeah. Again, D tier for this guy. I'm just gonna actually put all these three together, even though they don't alphabetically match up. I think that makes the most sense. These characters are basically the same. Jackasaur, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for donating. Thank you very much. Alright, next, Frillard Flick, we would have. I like Flick. I think Flick's got a pretty unique design. I have said in the streams before that he's not one of my absolute favorite characters, but I do like him. I'm going to say B tier for Flick, which is a pretty good tier for him. Gracie, one of the most iconic Animal Crossing characters of all time. Gracie has the sass. Gracie has the attitude. You can't not love Gracie. A tier for Gracie, one of the absolute most iconic Animal Crossing characters. You have to stand, you have to. By the way, someone asked me if I know about the Nintendo Direct. Yes, I do. I'm actually going to be streaming the Nintendo Direct tomorrow when it happens at 10 p.m. GMT my time. That is about now, so right now it'll just have started 15 minutes ago. So I will be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to just react to everything. I think there probably will be some Animal Crossing news, just like a little bit for March. So yeah, I'm definitely be doing that. Gulliver. I love Gulliver. What an Animal Crossing hero. Gulliver is iconic. He's funny. He's great. He's got those nautical jokes. I love him. He's going in the A tier. Iconic Animal Crossing character. He's been everything, guys. Gulliver has been literally everything. He has been everything that you could possibly want in life. He belongs in there. Gran. The Granny Cap'n. Very forgettable character, but she does sell you some cool furniture. C tier for her, she's alright. Lloyd, guys, Lloyd is so helpful. Lloyd is such a nice guy. He does so much for us. I'm gonna say the B tier for Lloyd. Harriet, you know, Harriet is I don't really miss her as much as some people do, but I still do like Harriet. I think she's quite an iconic character in her own right. Another B tier for me. Harvey. Ooh, I gotta be real with you guys. I feel like Harvey is not an incredible character. I feel like not Gulliver higher than Flick. Gulliver is far more iconic than Flick. I'm sorry. Flick is just the baby version of Nat. You know, whereas Gulliver, he's his own guy. Gulliver's a pirate. Gulliver's an alien. How can you say that Flick, a character introduced in the latest Animal Crossing game, is more iconic? I can't with that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really like Harvey. I'm be real, his purpose in New Leaf wasn't that great. His purpose in New Horizons is even less great. So, I'm not huge on him. So, I'm gonna have to say... C tier. He's not one of the worst. He really isn't. Arnica Montana, thank you so much for your donation. Thanks for all your awesome content. Thank you very much. I appreciate that donation very much. Thank you for that.
Ah, well, if it isn't the Sims.
Appreciate you guys' support tonight. Isabelle. Isabelle, guys. I love Isabelle. Isabelle's adorable. I know some people don't really like her. They find her annoying. They think she doesn't do enough. Nah, I like Isabelle. She's... I'm struggling with this one. You know, A tier, I think, for me. She's not one of my all-time favorites. She really isn't. But I do really like Isabelle. I don't think it'd be fair to put her in a lower tier than that for me. You know, I have to say that that's how I feel. So, Jack. Oh, I love Jack. Jack is such a great character. He's so mysterious. You want to know more about him. You want to learn more. He's just a really great character. I love his event. His event has such good atmosphere. He hosts the best event in Animal Crossing in my opinion. So I'm going to have to put Jack in the S tier. I love Jack. Jingle, another great character who hosts a really fun event. Really cheerful character, very friendly. Sort of, again, iconic to Animal Crossing. He's been there since the very start. I think another A tier for him. Okay, next we have Joan. I miss Joan. I'm going to say it. I do actually miss Joan. And I can't see Daisy May on this list. Did they not include Daisy May? Wow, that's terrible. How could you do that? How could you forget Daisy May? Daisy May isn't on this list. I would have put Daisy May higher than Joan. But let's rank them both together, I guess, because they didn't bother to put Daisy May. How could they do this? Guys, how could they do this to us? I just noticed this. This is not okay. Right, anyways, Joan, very good character. I think she belongs in the B tier. Not one of my all-time favorites, but still a very high tier character in my opinion. Harvey's one of the characters I put in F tier. Yeah, I don't hate him that much. I kind of like admire his hippie design. I just think he's just a kind of very generic character. There's no real purpose for him, you know, but he's okay. He's got a pretty decent design. Alright. Caitlin's mum. Oh my gosh. What a terrible character, guys. What a terrible terrible character. She let her daughter... She doesn't even look after her daughter, guys. She's a terrible mother. I'm sorry. I don't want to like personally come for anyone here. But what good this character, like, no. See, but I feel kind of bad if she's the only one that I put in the F tier. I just feel like she's so... You know what? I'm actually gonna adjust, guys. You know what? Here you go. I'm sorry. Both of these guys are going in the F tier. They're terrible. They're even worse than these guys. At least these guys do something like productive and helpful. These two, what do? They only cause us grief. I'm sorry, Frillard. Like, I'm sorry, but if she goes in the F tier, I feel like you have to go in the F tier too. So yeah, Cap'n, pretty cool character, pretty iconic. He's a bit creepy though at the same time. I don't know how I feel about that. Cap'n is kind of a conflicting character. I feel like with some better writing, he could be really great. So I don't want to completely discount him. He just needs some work. I think it's probably fair to put him in the B tier, because again, he's a very iconic character, Animal Crossing. He has a good functional purpose. I like his design. I feel like the Kappa whole thing is pretty cool. But yeah, he needs some work. If they bring him back to New Horizons, he needs some work. So I think B tier is good, but there's room for improvement. You know, I'd love to put him in a higher tier, but he needs some works, guys. He needs some work. He needs some work. Right, Katie, definitely a lot better than her mum. Katie's really cute. I like the fact she can follow you from town to town in New Leaf. That's basically all she does, though. She's almost like a virus that you bring from town to town. I think she's going to be put in the B tier. I can't really say she's better than any of these characters in the B tier, so I don't want to put her, like, in the A tier. But, yeah. Alright, guys. Katrina is next. Hurricane Tortilla? More like... Wait, no. I got that vine wrong. It's been a long time since I saw that vine, guys. Cut me some slack. Get that slack and cut it wide open for me. That's what I need right now. The gyroid is not Lloyd. Listen. Do you see any other gyroids here? Do you see any others? That's Lloyd, okay? It doesn't matter who he is. He's Lloyd, alright? He's Lloyd. He's Lloyd. He's Lloyd, alright? Katrina, amazing character. She has one of the best places to go in the games. Like, it's not the most useful, but it's so interesting and so mysterious. I really love it. Katrina has really great dialogue, some iconic lines. She's a panther. Yes, the S tier is where she belongs. Kix. I really like Kix, and I'm sad they downgraded him in New Horizons. I think he belongs in the B tier. Not one of my all-time favorites, but still a very good character. KK Slider, the man, the myth, the legend, iconic character, lovable guitarist. I really enjoy KK Slider. I'm going to put him in the S tier. We're listening to his songs right now. How could I put him any lower when he is so iconic? He is just so iconic. Wait, there is Lloyd apparently. Where is Lloyd? I don't see him. I'm like really struggling to see him. Oh, there he is. Okay, so this must be the gyroid that hosts the museum, hosts the auction house. Oh, he's terrible then. Then he goes in the F tier. Yeah, okay, so that's not Lloyd. I was like, no, guys. If that's not Lloyd, who is it? Yeah, he's the guy who hosted the weird auction house thing in Animal Crossing City Folk. I think? If he's not, then he's the gyroid who appears outside your house in the GameCube game. Both of those characters, I mean, they're not even really characters. You know, I think F tier is probably fair for them. So, we'll come back to Lloyd later, who would actually belong in the higher tier. Next, we have Label. I'm gonna call her Label, I prefer that. She's got a really great backstory. She was a character that I didn't really like much at first, but then I realized you can increase her friendship. She's got this really interesting backstory. I really like her now. I'm gonna say the A tier for Label. I think she is a very enjoyable character. Leaf. I love Leaf so much. He's a sloth. I don't need to say anything else. He goes in that S tier. Cap'n's wife, whose name I've already Lilani, something like that. D tier, very forgettable. Pardon me, very forgettable character. Same with her daughter. I'm sorry. Both these characters. I don't know why I'm so gassy today. Lloyd, he'll go in the B tier, like I said. Lloyd is a helpful little guy. It's very helpful. Claire.25, bribe to treat my BB Pascal well. You'll be happy because I do have a good idea of where I want Pascal already. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate it very much. Lottie, oh, I'm not huge. Yeah, now I'm gonna just adjust this real quick. I'm sorry, but these guys, I'm sorry. Lottie, I'm not huge on, guys. I'm not huge on Lottie. I think she's okay, but at the same time, she doesn't really do too much. Her main game is Happy Home Designer. Pretty bland character. I'm gonna say the C tier.
If it isn't the Simps.
I can't put her any higher than that. Hi, iSub. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all the new subscribers to the channel. We're trying to get to 1 sub on YouTube. One sub, please. Luna. Luna hosts one of the absolute best places in Animal Crossing. Not an all-time favorite character. I'm gonna say B tier. I do like her quite a lot. Lyle. Lyle's a character I didn't used to like, but now I'm really missing him. I miss Lyle. Lyle has such a good sort of redemption arc in a way. He's this shady insurance salesman, then he sort of goes up in the world and he becomes quite respectable. I like him a lot. I'm gonna say A tier for our boy. A tier for our boy. Also, he's an otter. I love otters in real life. Very cute. We have Mabel. Mabel is adorable. She's really lovely. I think she also belongs in the A tier. Very cute character. Mum. Oh my gosh. She does the most, guys. She does the most for us. She helps us by sending us so many gifts. She sends us so many letters. She cares so much. I think she belongs in the S tier. She's always been there for us in Animal Crossing, guys. She really has. She has always been there for us. Can you think of a time she wasn't there for us? I can't. She's there all the time, whereas the dad, he doesn't even bother to write. Okay, Nat. I really like Nat. I'm sorry, but I like him a lot more than Flick. I think Nat is just an iconic character. I'm going to put him in the A tier. One of my favorites. I really do like Nat. I wish he would come back. I wish he would come back. Is there dad? Yes, there is a dad. That's why he's on this. Again, I want to know more about him. If we could maybe learn more about him, I could place him higher. But for now, I just can't do that, you know? Alright, CJ, B tier. Same as Flick, you know? I don't think he's any better than, Chip, and I don't think he's any better than Flick. These characters are very equal in their own right. I think they belong in the B tier. Pascal. I love Pascal. He is a great character. I'm going to say A tier for him. I love his wisdom, his words of wisdom. Pave. We just saw Pave in New Horizons, and he's as great as ever. Amazing dialogue. Very colorful character. I love him. A tier for him. Pelly. The most friendly post office gal that you'll ever meet. She is so lovely. I'm going to have to put Pelly. This is tough because I'm going to have to... You know, I'm going to say B tier for Pelly. I really like Pelly. She's very cute. And I'm also going to do the same for Pete. These characters are very similar. They're very friendly. Very cute. I do miss them a lot. Not all-time favorites, but again, really lovely characters. Phyllis, on the other hand... Phyllis, I love her attitude. I love how she's just done with everyone. She doesn't want to be working there. Can you blame her? She's got the attitude. If they bring her back to New Horizons and they tone her down, they make her nice, I'm uninstalling the game. So don't do that. She belongs in the A tier for her personality. She keeps it real, guys. She keeps it real, and that's what we like. Our boy, I can't believe Phineas. There we go. Phineas is a lovely character, but he's not too crazy. I'm just gonna put him here in the B tier. I like Phineas. He's a friendly guy. Porter. I feel like he's more on the generic side, you know? There's not really too much going for him. He doesn't really say anything too unique. He doesn't really do anything too unique. I'm just going to put him in that C tier. Red, Crazy Red, another iconic Animal Crossing character. Wow. Wow. Great character. Great backstory. Just a wonderful character overall. I'm going to put him in the A tier. He really is a great character. I do enjoy him very much. Reese. So as you guys will see, I put Cyrus in the B tier, but I actually like Reese a lot more. Reese does so much for us in Animal Crossing New Leaf. She's so helpful. She's so friendly. She's willing to take 1,000,000 sharks off of us. She's just great, you know? She's the kind of shopkeeper that everyone wants to know, that everyone's friends with on the town, whereas they might kind of shy a bit more away from Cyrus because he's kind of aggressive to anyone who just even talks to his wife. So I'm gonna say A tier for Reese. She is very cute. Resetti, amazing character. I'm conflicted here because I do kind of want to put him in the S tier, but I can't lie and say he's one of my all-time favorites. I did find him a bit irritating in the original Animal Crossing games just because he does talk so much. But at the same time, he is a really iconic character. I'm going to have to say A tier because I do love him. I really do love him. I think he's great. But I just can't put him in the S tier because he's not one of my all-time favorites. Speaking of all-time favorites, we have Rover, who I just really, really love. Rover I miss so much. I mean, I know he did appear in New Horizons, but it wasn't as much as before. So I'm gonna have to say S tier for Rover because he really is one of my all-time favorites, and I love that he introduces you into every Animal Crossing game. He's wonderful. He's a friend. He's the kind of guy that you can count on, you know. He's there at the very start of each Animal Crossing game, and I love that about him. Sable. Sable is my favorite of the Able Sisters trio. She has the best backstory. She is one of the best written Animal Crossing characters. She's a special character that you can actually increase your friendship with, and this is productive for you in New Leaf and New Horizons. Sable is just a really lovely character. I'm gonna have to put her in the S tier. She really has become a favorite of mine, so she definitely belongs there. Savannah, always selling us those carpets. Very friendly. B tier for her. Serena, I don't dislike her. She's definitely got a lot more personality than, let's say, the guys in the D tier, and especially way more than the people in the F tier. I'm gonna say probably the B tier for Serena. She has she's got a good attitude about her, and I like the fact that she's the only kind of chihuahua in Animal Crossing. Dr. Shrunk, also B tier for me. I don't hate him. I don't really love him either, but you know, that's where he's gonna go for me. So yeah. Okay, the Snowmen. It's kind of hard to rank these guys separately because they are all very similar in their own rights. And of course, most of these guys went in New Horizons for some weird reason. Why they decided to do it like that, I don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna say, for the dad, what does he give you again? He gives you, I don't remember. He does the bingo though, and the bingo minigame's actually a lot of fun. I'm gonna say C tier for him. The Snow Tyke, sorry, D tier. I'm not a fan of the Snow Tyke. The Snow Boy is probably the most iconic. He's been in all of the games, and he's in New Horizons. He always gives really good items. He's funny, you know. He's got that attitude to him. I'm gonna say B tier for him. And then the Snow Mom has the best items in Animal Crossing New Leaf. She gives the Frozen furniture set, so she's also gonna go in the B tier. I do like the dad's minigame, and I don't really care for the Snow Tyke. I think these guys just kind of belong in the lower tiers, whereas these two, they definitely fit in B for me. So I'm happy about those ones. Right, next we have Timmy and Tommy. Timmy and Tommy are adorable. I love them. I actually am one of those people who kind of used to find Timmy and Tommy a bit irritating. I honestly don't anymore. I think they're just adorable. A tier. Tom Nook, iconic Animal Crossing character. Really wonderful. I love Tom Nook, I really do. You know what? S tier for Tom Nook. He deserves it with his girl Sable. They're in love. If you didn't know, that's actually canon AC lore that they're in love. So, yes, I think he definitely belongs there. Tom Nook isn't corrupt or mean or anything like people say. He's lovely. He helps us so much. He's so friendly. He's got a very unique personality compared to every other character too, you know? Tom Nook is so well defined in the Animal Crossing world, he's so well written, that you could just read his lines of dialogue and you know that Tom Nook is Tom Nook. So yeah, I definitely am going to put him there where he belongs. Alright, we're almost done with this list now. Holly, thank you so much for your donation. Love your channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is very kind of you. Thank you for the donation. Nook the King, definitely. Tom Nook's kind of suspicious. Nope. Tom Nook donates to charities, guys. He's great. Tortimer. I do miss him. I do. I'm going to say B tier for Tortimer. I think he's just kind of played his purpose out now. He was fun in the original games, but he doesn't really need to be in Animal Crossing anymore. Wendell, same tier. I'm gonna say B tier. Wendell is a lot more fun than people give him credit for. I like his personality. Something in there. Okay, I should pay attention in class. This is the class. Thanks for coming by. Alright, we have Wishy the Star. D tier for Wishy the Star. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound harsh, but Wishy the Star, no one remembers Wishy the Star. I'm sorry. No, I know you guys, I know you guys do, but I'm sorry. I just really think Wishy the Star is a very boring character. Wisp. I love Wisp. He's cute. He's not the most interesting character though. I'm gonna say B tier. Zippity Bunny. I don't actually hate him. I just think he's a bit annoying, a bit over the top. I'm gonna say C tier for him. He's not a D or an F tier character. Like, he has some sort of interesting elements to him, but I just don't really like him. These two, we have Wilbur. I really like Wilbur. I'm gonna say A tier for him. I think he's so funny. He's got such a cool design. I love his sunglasses. I love his aviation things. Wilbur saves you guys when you get attacked by bees. He saves you. So I think he belongs there. Orville, probably B tier. I don't know. He's friendly, he's nice, but I don't know. So yeah, that is my official tier list. I'm happy with that, guys. I'm happy with this. Again, I know with these streams, not everyone is gonna agree with the options that I pick, which is natural because everyone's got their different favorites and such, but I appreciate you guys being understanding of my tier list. I've had a lot of fun creating this list. It didn't take very long, but I'm happy with it. I think it's come out pretty good, and I'm much more happy with this ranking than I was my original ranking I did about a year ago. So I'm definitely a lot happy with that. And yeah, I think these characters all belong where they've been placed, so I'm very glad. Now, before the stream actually ends, and before you guys all disappear, I just wanted to mention a few things to you guys. So if you want to stick around for those, please feel free. This list triggers me. Well, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to accept that as a part of life. This tier list was a lot more positive than the last one. It's crazy how much opinions can change in a year. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like I've gotten a lot of new perspectives this year, especially playing New Horizons. So I wanted to pick a more positive kind of list rather than just pick out flaws in characters that I didn't need to. You know, it's very easy to just kind of say, oh, I don't like characters, but it's not necessary. So yes, tomorrow I will be watching the Nintendo Direct. I will be streaming it live on the channel and reacting to all of the different news as it happens. Hopefully we get some Animal Crossing stuff. Hopefully it's interesting. I hope you guys would tune in for that. If you haven't already turned on notifications, I know like all YouTubers say this, I know I say this in all of my videos, But if you haven't turned on channel notifications, I recommend it. Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do want to get notified about live streams when they happen and all that kind of stuff, then I definitely recommend it because that's the best way of getting notified. Hey, Pamela McIntyre Albaro, welcome to the Bob's Gang. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We're at 65 out of 70 now. That is so cool. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I'm going to watch one on Nintendo instead. Well, it's going to be the exact same one. Just people who are watching with me can obviously listen to my commentary. I understand if you don't want to listen to my commentary alongside the direct, but if you do, I will be streaming that. I'm not going to be talking over it constantly like I am in this stream, but I will be talking still and reacting and giving my thoughts and stuff as they happen, which I've never done before because I didn't have a laptop good enough to do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope to see some of you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we do get some New Horizons news. If there is New Horizons news, of course you can expect that I'm going to do a video on it right as it happens. So definitely make sure you keep an eye out for that, because if there's any big news, I'm going to post it literally right as Nintendo announces it. So keep an eye out for that. And yes, it's been a lot of fun doing this stream. I really appreciate you guys all stopping by. I appreciate the donations, the new member. Thank you guys all so much, and I'll catch you in the next stream. See you soon.